In today's first reading from the book of Exodus, Moses is reminded by God how stiff-necked the people of ancient Israel can be. And in the gospel today, the Pharisees, even though Jesus has raised the dead, restored sight to the blind, made the lame able to walk, they reject him because he doesn't fit into their mold, their understanding, their vision of what the Messiah is going to look like. And during the season of Lent, we all need to recognize that little bit of a Pharisee that can exist in all of us, that we want things according to our plan, how we think they should go, and how they work in our mind. But maybe during Lent, God's challenging all of us to recognize that Pharisee that can live in you and me, that rigidity, that self-righteousness, that pride that gets in the way of the new things God's trying to bring into our hearts and into our lives. You know, during this coronavirus epidemic, all of us, our daily lives have been rattled. They've been uprooted. They're not the way they usually go. And maybe God's using that to push us, to help us grow a little bit beyond what we're accustomed to, what we're comfortable with, to recognize that his voice often comes through in the unexpected, in the last people we expect to hear it from, or in those everyday situations we often take for granted. In this time of uncertainty, when our daily lives have been turned upside down and everything seems new and out of the ordinary, are we paying attention? Are we awake that maybe God's using this to challenge that little bit of a Pharisee that exists in you and me? A silver lining, so to speak, of this coronavirus epidemic that we're all living through is that maybe God's using it to help us wake up, to realize that he's been there all along. Maybe we just need to start paying attention to that more, to go beyond our comfort zone, to start being a little more open and recognize that little bit of a Pharisee that can exist in you and in me as well.